Hi, I'm David Martin, and welcome back to Service Advisor Performance Plus. In this segment, we're going to discuss how to sell a brake service. I think it's pretty safe to say that in most markets, the majority of brake services are not performed by franchise dealerships. Independent shops and national service chains claim the bulk of this business. Just pick up the yellow pages and look under brake service and auto repair, and you will see that depending on the size of the market, consumers may have dozens of choices for brake services. And here's an interesting point to consider. Statistics show that even though franchise dealerships sell 100% of all new vehicles, by the end of the normal 3-year warranty period, they will only retain about 30% of their customer service business. And I would venture to say that they probably retain even less than 30% of brake services. Why such a small percentage? Well, I believe it essentially comes down to 3 things. First, dealerships have not reacted to the competition's pricing and are therefore perceived as very high-priced providers. Second, they have historically not done a very good job of capturing and retaining their customers' other maintenance business up until the time when they actually do need that brake service. And third, dealerships have failed to educate their customers as to the overall quality and value of their brake service. As to the first issue, pricing, I understand that this is essentially a management decision and is probably out of your control. Regardless, it is important to note that your competitors typically have lesser skilled and lower paid technicians, and they often use cheaper quality and lower priced parts. For obvious reasons, this normally translates into a lower retail price to the consumer. But remember, you usually get what you pay for. And as for the second issue, your overall customer retention, the Service Advisor Performance Plus training series will provide you with the techniques to completely satisfy your customers so that you will enjoy a much higher retention rate throughout the ownership period. This means that more customers will still be with you when it's time for that brake service. Of course, even then, you must still be in the ballpark with your pricing. You can't be 2 or 3 times higher than the competition and assume that you will sell many brake services, no matter how high your overall retention rate up to that point is. That brings us to the third element, the failure to educate customers as to the superior value of your products and services. As you've already heard a number of times, you cannot just give out a price without first building value. And this is even more critical when it comes to a brake service, because again, your competitors typically have a significant price advantage. On the other hand, you have a significant quality advantage. So guess what you need to emphasize? You simply must get the story out and educate your customers about that extreme advantage. So let's start off by identifying the features of your brake service, which are to replace brake pads and/or brake shoes, inspect the brake drums, calipers, lines, master cylinder, and other braking components, and resurface the rotors or drums. The advantages are having factory-trained and ASE-certified technicians, installing original equipment, quality parts, using state-of-the-art equipment, and your work is guaranteed. And the benefits of your brake service are superior braking power for increased safety, peace of mind that the work was performed correctly and professionally, and the brake pads and shoes are specifically designed for your vehicle and will not prematurely wear out your rotors or drums, which saves money. Okay, let's put it all together and come up with a value-building presentation. And for now, let's assume that we're just quoting a front brake service. Mr. Smith, our front brake service includes having one of our factory-trained, ASE-certified technicians perform a complete inspection of your brake system. This will include the rotors, calipers, brake lines, master cylinder, and other braking components. Your technician is a specialist on your vehicle and has performed the service countless times. He will use original manufacturer brake pads, which have been designed specifically for your vehicle, which means they won't have to be filed, wedged, or shimmed to fit, as unfortunately is the case with many of the cheaper imitation pads available in the market. Also, our factory pads are designed not to wear out the much more expensive brake components, so you'll actually end up saving money. Your technician will also resurface your rotors to ensure smooth braking performance. All of this means that your vehicle will have the safest and highest quality braking performance available for you and your family. Of course, all of our work is guaranteed, and this complete service is only $189. I just need your approval to get started. Now folks, this presentation takes about 45 seconds, and some of you may be thinking, I don't have the time to say all that, I'm just too busy. Well, my response is that you really don't have a choice if you want to be in the brake business. Otherwise, when a customer asks for a price, on the phone or in person, if you just say, well, it's $189, the customer will say thanks, make just one more phone call, and you lose. If you lose that brake service, you probably lose the customer. And once again, you reinforce negative price perceptions in the marketplace. And that's something that you just can't allow to happen. Now, if you and your service manager want to shorten this word track a bit, go right ahead, as long as you have enough features, advantages, and benefits to build sufficient value. But whether you use this script or a revised one, you must use it every time with every customer. So build your script, memorize it, use it every time, and sell more brake jobs. Well, that's about it for now. Until next time, good luck and good selling.